Hello there ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first of a two-part extended episode of Tips and Tactics looking at combos. In this episode we're going to be looking at how combos are made, and then at blast and leap combos, and how you can use them to give your team a huge advantage in your future matches. Next week's episode will cover projectile and whirl finishes, so subscribe and keep an eye out for that. So combos are created when a player places a combo field on the ground and then one or more players uses a combo finisher over it. This then creates a certain effect based on the field and finisher it was. You can use these combos to not only push your builds to the max by adding more damage and boons, but also to fill in any gaps in your team's setups. For example, you can add some soft CC to your high damage builds, or even support and healing to a condition based build. Even get some condition removal in there with certain combinations. Dark fields are made mainly by mesmer whirls. Both blast and leap finishes apply blindness, certainly not the most powerful of combos, but can provide some mild damage mitigation. Ethereal fields are the work of mesmers. Blast finishes will apply chaos armor to all nearby allies, a very powerful boon that applies boons to yourself and conditions to the enemy when you're attacked. Leap finishes apply chaos armor just to yourself. Bear in mind however that chaos armor duration will not stack from multiple sources. Fire fields can be made by a number of professions, but in particular the elementalist. Blast finishes grant 3 stacks of might to nearby allies, which with a large number of blast finishes in quick succession can really buff your team's damage output very quick for a fairly long duration. Leaps grant you fire armor, which will apply burning to enemies when you're attacked. Ice fields are one of the hardest fields to come by, but can be created by a ranger trap or staff elementalists. Similar to ethereal fields, blast finishes grant nearby allies frost armor, while leap finishes granted just you. Frost armor applies chill to anyone who attacks you, reducing their movement speed and increasing their skill cooldowns, making it a nice defensive spell to both reduce the enemy's skill use and make kiting easier. Light fields work in the same way as ice fields, except that they apply retaliation. Guardians have a huge number of light fields, but a number of other professions can also create them. Retaliation is a strong boon, but to be really effective it needs to have a really long duration, making these combos not overly important at the moment. However, with incoming changes to the way Guardians apply retaliation, these combos might become quite vital for retaliation boon builds in the near future. Lightning fields are used mainly by the top teams as the gates open to start the match. An elementalist will lay down a static field, and then the rest of the team will spam blast finishes over it, granting AoE swiftness that lasts a really long time to help them move around the map a little bit quicker. Leap finishes will apply a daze, which is a nice soft CC you can use in combination with a static field to trigger off a chain of CC. Poison fields triggered with a blast will apply AoE weakness or with a leap to a single target. This helps mitigate some damage, but is one of the least important combos. There are a number of ways to create poison fields, ranging from thief shortbow skills to ranger pets. Smoke fields work great in combination with lightning fields at the start of the match to apply a stealth stack to the whole team, making stealing bosses or pushing the trebuchet easier. Leap finishes will apply the stealth just to yourself. These can be created by thieves normally, but also by engineers with certain kits. Lastly, water fields are made mainly by elementalists or with a ranger healing spring. It will grant AoE healing to nearby teammates, with a blast finisher providing some great support in a team fight, or just to yourself with a leap finisher. So to conclude the first part of this guide, check out the links below to see what combo fields and finishes your main profession can make and begin to learn what others can do. Subscribe and keep an eye out for the second part this time next week and our other PvP shows throughout the week.